What happened yesterday? What happened? 2-2 at the Anfield ground. Are we being serious? Yesterday, we performed dreadfully. Manchester United, in my opinion, deserved all 3 points. We did not deserve to get a draw out of the game. I just don't know how that happened. We go from being one of the best teams in the league, top of the league, and we go and get a draw at Anfield to Manchester United. Yesterday's performance was absolutely dreadful. I'm not taking anything away from Manchester United because they don't deserve that. This game, Man United should have won it. Simple. Manchester United should have won this game. And I can't say any less because we were awful. Our defence was absolutely terrible yesterday. Ibu Konate came back. I was expecting great things from him yesterday. I would have rather had Joe Gomez start the game and finish the game. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I've got a lot to say about him. I have a lot to say about him. Where was his mind yesterday? Roy Keane criticised Trent's performance after the game, saying that he won't be signing for Real Madrid, he'll be signing for Tranmere Rovers. Disgraceful. It's probably his worst performance of the whole season. Trent was terrible yesterday. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna have to give full credit to Manchester United because they were the best team yesterday. We were lucky to get a draw yesterday. We were lucky to get a draw. We really were. And we're probably also lucky not to concede a penalty as well because of one handball that I don't think the referee saw. But, yeah, we obviously scored a penalty from a handball from Matthijs de Ligt. And Cody Gakpo scored a pretty decent goal. But in my opinion, we basically drew the game because of two lucky goals. I don't want us to perform like this against Nottingham Forest when we play them. I think we play them next in the Premier League after the FA Cup. Honestly, when I don't know whether this is a home fixture or an away fixture, but when we play Accrington Stanley in the FA Cup next weekend, I want most of our first team rested. Now, I never thought that this game against Manchester United was going to be a walk in the park. Like, Man United always give us a game, whether it's at Old Trafford, whether it's at Anfield, they always give us a game. I don't know what happened yesterday, because I just don't know what happened. Lisandro Martinez scored and we just crumbled. Yes, we scored after that, but after Lisandro Martinez scored, we just crumbled. I don't know what happened. It was a god-awful performance. It was shit. Absolute shit. We performed, honestly. We performed about as well as a 43-year-old Sunday League player with a hangover. Our defence performed about as well as a 43-year-old man playing Sunday League with a hangover. That's how well our defence played. Honestly, the defence didn't look interested yesterday. The defence something didn't look right in the defence. We had Robertson, Trent, Verge and Konate in the defence. We conceded 2 goals. We conceded 2 goals. That performance yesterday was awful. Completely awful. I admittedly didn't see what happened in the game where we lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest earlier on this season. But this and that, probably our worst performances of the whole season. We've been good for the most part of this season, but we weren't there yesterday, and I can totally agree with the fact that Man United fans will be making jokes about Liverpool because they deserve it. We were awful yesterday. We deserved to be beaten. We weren't beaten somehow, but we deserved it. And it's just awful. Awful performance. Alisson saved us on quite a few occasions, especially when Harry Maguire had the ball. The only reason we didn't lose that game yesterday was because Harry Maguire can't enter Bandor with a machine gun. He had basically an open net and missed the goal. But yeah, even Xerxes played well yesterday. Joshua Xerxes. Like, Amad Diallo, I just need to... What a player. What a player he is. Now, he's one for Man United's future. Because I don't want to give myself credit for this, but I did make a short, like a YouTube short, a couple of years ago, saying that this guy is going to be incredible for Man United. And he looks like he's got a lot of potential. He looks better than most of Man United's front three, I'm not going to lie. Rasmus Højlund as well, though. He, honestly, is he really that good? Like, come on, let's be completely honest. I don't know what it is with Manchester United's recruitment of strikers, because they take one look at a player that's playing decently in not even a top 5 league and they sign him up. Like Rasmus Højlund, the Danish league is... I don't even think it's in... Is it even in the top 20? I don't think it is. He was playing well for Copenhagen, and Man United picked him up. Like, I'd scout him first. He's not that good. He's, I'd say decent at best, but yeah. United need Victor Gyökeres. They really do. But yeah, we were awful yesterday, and it must be refreshing for Manchester United fans to finally get a decent result this season, because this season they have been awful. But in this game we were awful. Like, every Man United fan will agree that they have been terrible this season. But I'm sure they'll take a 2-2 draw at Anfield. We shouldn't have let that happen. We should not have let that happen. We were awful yesterday. I don't know what our mindset was yesterday, but we were awful. I don't want to see that again. Like, we go to play Nottingham Forest next. I think it'll be at the City Ground. Yeah, it will be. And I don't want a replay of the 22-23 season where we lost 1-0 there. I don't want to see a replay of that. Because we were awful in that game. We were awful for most of that season. But I've got extreme worries about this next Premier League game, because Nottingham Forest have been sublime this season. Like, United really played us yesterday. Really played us. They deserved all 3 points. I'm not going to say anything bad about them, because they deserved it. They deserved all 3 points. And they were unlucky not to get it. In fact, we were the lucky ones. We just stood off from the whole game. We let them through. Like, our midfielders were god-awful yesterday. Gravenberch, what was he doing yesterday? McAllister probably was our only good midfielder yesterday. And as I said, as soon as Conor Bradley made his cameo, he was better than Trent was for 60 or 70 minutes. He was better than Trent was for 20 minutes. Like, I don't know what that result was, but I don't want to see that again because we were awful. We were awful. Yes, it was a great game for the neutrals. But for our performance, that was terrible. 2-2. I was expecting a 3-1 or a 3-0. I was not expecting a draw. Just don't know what happened yesterday. It was incredibly bad. It was incredibly bad. And we need to learn from this. We need to learn from this. Because it's not good enough. We can't do this. Because we're meant to be fighting for a title. And we can't do this. It's costly. It could have been costly. But yeah, if you enjoyed that video, you know what to do. Which means like, subscribe, turn post notifications on. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.